And I remember standing there this summer in the Hamptons and looking to the west and looking to the east. And as far as I could see on both sides, there were expanses of beach. And I imagined how deep the sand was, and I was trying to imagine that there were more suns in this universe. And that the entity that created this magnificent rock that we're on floating through space that we call Earth created us. To come here, to learn ourselves, to leave the environments that we have grown up in better than we found them, and to discover what is innate in us and what our passion and our purpose are. That's our challenge. But in order to do that, you have to come to know who you are and come to love yourself. So the first thing I think is, the most important thing is giving yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. You know, we leap out of bed and we leap into the world. And very often your life has to fall apart in order for you to know that. This is what happened to me. Those of you who have read my work, and certainly your mothers and grandmothers, they know. I've been not immediately transparent, but I came to that. Getting married young, as I said, for all the wrong reasons. Billy was so fine and took me to dinner every night. I really want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about your relationship with yourself and what we allow in our lives. The partners we allow in our lives. Do you know what love? You have to learn what love really looks like and feels like. It's not what somebody says, it's how they show up. And now everybody is friended by what? Hundreds and thousands of people. But do you have one real person? One real friend in your life who you can tell the truth to, who you know is not going to share your business everywhere? There is so much that I really want to say to you tonight, but I'm starting with you. Every day you have to wake up with a smile on your face. There's never going to be a time in your life, okay, when everything is going to be exactly as you want it to be. It's never going to be that time. You may have those moments. Those rare moments when, like, the grades are straight, the money is straight, the parents are cool, you know, the folk in your life are treating you well and you're feeling good about yourself and you're really healthy, and, you know, when you have children and jobs and all of that, and everything is perfect. I mean, whose life is that? It's not the president's life. It's not Sean's life, Sean Combs, he's my godson. It's not Mariah Carey's life. It's not Harry Belafonte's life. It's no one's. That's not life. Life is, life is like a magic carpet ride. You know, it's laughter, and it's tears, it's joy, and it's sorrow, it's gaining, and it's losing. Some of us have lost our parents already. Some of us don't know our parents. Every one of us has a story, a testimony. Everybody, there's not a person in you who couldn't get up here and talk about who hurt them, who left them, who abused them sexually, emotionally, physically. We all have a story. What I'm saying to you tonight is that whatever those stories are, there's a capacity within you to overcome any adversity. This is what you don't see on the nightly news, what you don't read in the daily newspapers. And it's that for every problem you will ever have, there's a solution. But you know what we do? We're always looking at the wake. You know what the wake is. It's the thing behind the ship. Like this mic cord. This one hurt me, this one left me, this one said this about me. So we're trying to move forward, but we're looking behind us and we're tripping. The past happened. This is something that I really take to heart. It took me a long time to get to this. No matter how sweet you are, no matter how kind and nice you are, folks still don't talk about you. People who are hurting are going to find, and who haven't found their own center, are going to find something about you to tear apart. And you know misery loves company. So it could be a whole community of people. And more than anything, what we want to do is belong. And so what we do is we compromise on something. If I get 3 tattoos, somebody's going to like me. If I got a fly bag, somebody's going to love me. If I've got gorgeous shoes, is that going to make somebody love me more? So all the things that we put our faith in, the accoutrement, the stuff, everything that we can see in this beautiful auditorium, it's stuff, it's dust. It's here today and going tomorrow. The gifts are on the inside. On the inside. And very often our lives have to fall apart for us to learn that. And this is how life works. Life will bring you right here, to the edge. To the the edge to awaken you. Because that's what the Holy Spirit's trying to do. It's just to wake you up, that's all. Nobody gets to live without being left. Somebody's going to leave you. Not everybody, first of all, not everybody who you like is going to like you back. But you know what? I haven't met one person who's a good person who didn't like me. So you really have to look at yourself and say, what is it about this person that's attracting me? Why do I want to belong to this crew, this group, this environment? Because this is where we get in trouble as women. All the mistakes that I made, most of them had to do with me hanging with the wrong crew. Hanging with the wrong crew. The folk who brought stuff that shouldn't have been in my body. You end up as women, if we're going to be real, in our loneliness, we make choices that are disastrous. So you end up with somebody in your bed who shouldn't even be in your life. You know, something that I ask men all the time, and I asked the brothers who were with us when I was here some years ago. I want you to do this. I want you to ask, because nothing will take you off course faster and more off course than having the wrong mate in your life. Or thinking that somebody is your mate who's not even feeling you. That's why we're talking about knowing what love feels like. You have to know what it feels like. This a brother who I was just crazy about. Lord have mercy. I just thought he was so, I'm a brilliant man. You know, he was so smart. They called him knowledge, actually. And as a single mother, I wasn't bringing men into my home when my daughter was there, you know. And so I called him up because my daughter was at my mother's house, and I called him up and I said, we can get together tonight. You can come over, we can have dinner, we can hang out, you know. And I was leaving. He was the first person I knew who had what do you call it, an answering machine. So, you know, this is before your old boy, right? So I was calling him, answering. I wrote about this in one of my books, but I didn't tell the truth. I think I said I called him about 7 times. It was probably about 12. With the same message, you can come tonight, we can get together. So he didn't call me back. But he called me the next day. And he said, Susan, I want to see you. I said, okay. He said, I want to talk to you. He came to my home. And he said, you know, you're a nice woman. And you're really looking for a husband. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm out here, I'm a player. I have a woman in my life. You know, I don't know where we're going, but you're not the one. You know what I did? I kissed her. And thanked him. We're friends today. Nobody from that day to this day had to ever tell me again what love felt like and what it looked like. One phone call was enough. I didn't even need that phone call. Had I looked at the relationship and what it was, what I wasn't looking at was my relationship with myself. My relationship with myself. You have to give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. So you wake up in the morning and you put a smile on your face. And you say, thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my gifts. No, not everything is perfect. You know, you may have craziness back at home. You may have it in your dorm. You may have it like next to you. That's what that is. But it doesn't have to happen inside of you. What happens inside of you is what you control. You can't control anybody else's behavior.